Dr. Warren, are we in the end times?
Yes, you are in the end times. The end of not the physical cosmos of the universe. You are in of the great American empire that we're in. The dream that we're in. You know that we are. Matter of fact, you can see the end of the dream. What do you mean end of the dream? Just go to Detroit or Flint, and you can see that the factories that we have, globalization, you know, NAFTA, GAFTA, whatever you want to say, GATT, whatever you want to say, we have no factories in this country anymore. None. We have very few jobs that are manufacturer or high-paying jobs. Even the IT, you know, the high-paying computer jobs, they are being overseas. If you don't believe that, just pick up a phone and call Dale if you got a computer. The next thing I says, my name is Michael. Well, his name ain't Michael. His name is you're talking to somebody in India. So that's outsourcing. So what you're having is the deindustrializing of America. Whether you be black or white, whether you be, I don't care what your color or whatever, globalization has affected you, and the nation has entered a stage of a second world and getting ready to enter the third world, which would be when the collapse finally gets here.
Okay, well, the collapse is happening, but when is the Antichrist showing up?
Well, you know, it may be, we don't know the exact time that may be. You know, just like when Hitler came to power, only the people that knew or financed him knew the whole process. That won't be revealed to us except by the Spirit. And most people won't understand what they see when they see it, because they have no understanding of the process.
Well, I don't understand, but give me some understanding about the four beasts.
Okay, simply, we want to talk about the four beasts of Daniel that you have. What are they? With the lion, the bear, the leopard, and the fourth beast was a mean beast. Well, actually, represented Babylon, Medo Persia, Greece, and Alexander the Great, and then the Roman Empire. Well, the four beasts today are mainly the four main powers today are the U.S., China, Russia, and the EU. Those are the four main powers that are in the world, and they shape and form the globe, everything on the globe. They are also part of the economic power. So what you have basically here in America is in order to save ourselves, they are saving Wall Street versus saving ourselves. In other words, the dollar that you have, it no longer holds its purchasing power. And unless you have some silver, now here's a silver dollar. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. A silver dollar, one little old silver dollar. Here I have a silver dollar here. Now this is $1 face value. It says $1. It says $1 on it. But in order to buy this, I need about either 18 or 25 of these to buy just one silver dollar. This is 90% silver. It's no longer in circulation. And many of these things have been melted down. So if you don't have, as this becomes corrupted, or should I say worthless, as we begin to, enter a depression, the only way that you're going to be able to pay for your food, or move around, or preserve your wealth or your purchasing power is to have this gold and silver, which is actually the real money, or the wealth that God made, or Elohim made, gold and silver. And as of now, you know, gold with silver is roughly about $17, $18, and gold is about $19. Platinum is well over $1,800, almost $2,000. My point to you, unless you have these types of metals, you will not be able to survive the collapse. And like I said, most people are going to lose everything. And only about 5% of the people are going to be able to sort of survive and prosper during the situation. They'll be the remnant that survives. And then you're a total chaos. And that's the process, usually, that you wind up with some type of dictator. And usually people forget that Hitler was not, didn't take power. He was elected during the power when the German mark was debased. And after World War II, they had this great debt, and they had to pay it off. What did they do to pay it off? They printed up marks. And the marks became almost worthless. They had to have a wheelbarrow of money to pay off the debt. So what happened was that Hitler came in and during that collapse. And usually in any economic collapse in China, when when Genghis Khan came to power, using Napoleon came to power again. These are rulers, or tyrants, or whatever you're going to call. They always come to power when you have an economic dislocation, or what we call a depression. So these are the things that you're going to be facing, and there is no hope of the thing ever turning around. This here is over with. See, and you may get a blue one tomorrow, next 2 or 3 years. So your hope now, what you must do is get as much silver as you can get your hands on to preserve your wealth and be able to at least halfway survive. And most of all, you're going to have to pray, because you're looking at a government that has become insolvent. The only way they can keep itself afloat is borrowing money from foreigners and also print. And you see that the whether you want to talk about the auto industry, whether you want to talk about the housing is in the depression. The first time this past year, I think it was, housing lost 10% of its average home price. 10% of its value was lost. The prices declined nationwide. That was the first time in 75 years. Prices declined all through major markets. Can you imagine? And most people's wealth are tied to their houses, folks. That is your so-called nesting egg. But listen, did you know that 8 or 10 million houses are already upside down? What do you mean upside down? The mortgage is worth more than the house. And as the houses continue to drop, it's going to go to 35 or 40 million. So what little nesting egg that you have in your house, it'll be wiped out. So unless you bought your house back in the 60s, you know, other than that, most people are going to lose a great deal of wealth. And unless they have this silver, a gold, something that can maintain its wealth and expand, you're going to be wiped out. And I mean, when I say wiped out, you can read some of the stories about the Depression.
Dr. Warren, do you think that they're going to, at some point, have us turn in our greenbacks for debit cards, like they got rid of the food stamps? We have link cards now here in Chicago. Do you think they're going to tell us to turn in our cash and give us little cards to do all our business?
I wouldn't put that past it, but the problem with that is this. People are not going to tolerate that, because if they do that, just say that we go to a cashless society. This is the problem, folks. This is the problem. You have no more cash.
Yes, sir.
Well, okay, say there's a crisis that they want to devalue the dollar over the weekend. Now, all your money is in the bank, am I right? And all of a sudden, they said, we're going to devalue the dollar 50%. That means what costs $5 now costs $10. So that means your money has lost 50%. And see, if you don't have any silver somewhere as a backup, see what I'm saying, a great deal of your wealth in that, then that means the money in your bank has lost 50% of your value. Your pension that you're going to get, so you get $2,000 a month, well, it's only about $1,000 now. Because they had to devalue the currency. They had to debase the currency. So the only way that you can offset this is to get some old silver. These are what you call junk silver. Old silver dollars, silver dimes, quarters, and half dollars, and silver dollars. We call bow dollars being here. This is the only thing, are the silver eagles. You need something to preserve your assets. And listen, don't wait around for the last minute.